Welcome to this week's Movie Math, giving you an in-depth analysis of the box office for the weekend of August 10th, which did not deliver a verdict on one of Hollywood's most controversial recastings. Yes, as I noted on Friday, Matt Damon had bowed out of the fourth Bourne flick due to loyalty to previous Bourne director Paul Greengrass, as well as hatred for Bourne scripter and new director Tony Gilroy. So Universal made the gutsy move of going ahead without him and putting the untested Jeremy Renner in the spotlight. So all of Hollywood was indeed eager to see if a movie star could derail a franchise or if a studio could leave a movie star in the dust. And after the Bourne Legacy's debut weekend, we still don't know. The cold hard facts are that the Bourne Legacy opened at #1 with about 40 million, which is more than the Bourne Identity debuted with back in 2002, but notably less than the debuts of the last two Bourne movies. However, it is a huge surge for Renner, whose last starring role, and pretty much only starring role, made less than half that in its entire run. And Damon, well, he hasn't had an opening this big since the last Bourne. Now, beyond the cold hard facts, we begin to speculate. The Aurora shooting is still keeping people from going to late night showings, which would have been big for a movie like The Bourne Legacy, and the Olympics were still going on. But on the flip side, audiences aren't exactly loving this new Bourne, earning an 8 here on BTT and a B from CinemaScore. And with The Expendables 2 coming out this weekend and Premium Rush the following weekend, just how far can Aaron Cross's military roided up legs carry him at the box office? Speaking of Aaron Cross, is he a new fan favorite, or is the Bourne franchise itself doing all the heavy lifting? Obviously, Bond and Batman have had no problem recasting their iconic leads, but Superman not so much so far. And trying to pass the baton from one Jones to the next didn't go over so well with audiences, while X-Men First Class didn't perform nearly as well as the other X-flicks. Yes, as we get more and more superhero and fantasy franchises, studios are certainly going to be eager to see just how reliant moneymakers like the Avengers, Pirates of the Caribbean, and Transformers are on their actors. As I also pointed out on Friday, Will Ferrell's career has been marked by highs and lows, and it looks like The Campaign is one of his highs. Opening at around 27 million, that puts it in league with the debuts of his past high points, Step Brothers and Anchorman. Word of mouth, though, is also not great for The Campaign, earning a 7.5 here on BTT and another B from CinemaScore. But with politics in the air, don't be surprised to see a fast turnaround here, with The Campaign available for download and purchase just in time for the presidential election in November. And besides being a high point for Will Ferrell, this is also good news for Zach Galifianakis, as all of his mainstream movies post The Hangover have debuted with 20+ million. Jonah Hill can't say that. Plus, late last week, Jason Sudeikis told the LA Times he might not return to Saturday Night Live this season, and a debut like this might help him make that decision. But I don't know, Sudeikis. It's not like Steve Carell is living it up over here in Silver Screen Town. Hope Springs, which opened on Wednesday, came in at 4th place and was only a slight recovery for the former Michael Scott. As a matter of fact, it's still one of the lowest debuts of Carell's entire career. How bad is it? They didn't even put him on the poster. Next up, he's starring opposite Jim Carrey as dueling Vegas magicians in The Incredible Burt Wonderstone. But Carell's got to ask himself, is he giving Carrey another much-needed shot at comedic redemption, or sinking down to Carrey's level himself? This debut was also on the low side for Meryl Streep, as her comedies have previously opened in the 20s. Now, if we back up a bit, The Dark Knight Rises was in 3rd place this weekend, falling a bit more in its 4th week than The Dark Knight did. At this point, there is no way it'll catch up to the previous pick's domestic haul, but it's almost matched and therefore will surely surpass what The Dark Knight grossed overseas. With the rest of the box office, Total Recall found itself in free fall, dropping almost 70% in its 2nd weekend. Sorry, Colin Farrell fans, but his mainstream career is over. Maybe he and Jake Gyllenhaal can start some kind of support group. This coming weekend, The Expendables 2 is expected to match the Bourne Legacy dollar for dollar and be the weekend's only bright spot. And that's the weekend box office. I'm Grace Randolph, and we just did some movie math. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope you'll go beyond the trailer for these other top movies.